Wakatakakage doesn't force openings, he creates them. Here's how. Too small for big man sumo, yet too big for the acrobatics of an inho, Wakatakakage must remain a balanced wrestler. For the most part, he has. Today I want to look at how Wakatakakage utilizes his craftiness and ring awareness using an example from day 2 of the 2025 Natsu basho. We will look at how the komusubi rikishi sets himself up for success despite losing key positions. There's a lot to unpack in this short 6-second video. Before we get into this episode, like, subscribe. Below, I've got a link to the Midorifuji video we will be mentioning in this video here. From the tachiai, Wakatakakage and Tamawashi meet in the center of the dohyo. You will notice that Wakatakakage initially hits with his left foot forward and Tamawashi with his right foot. Wakatakakage grabs the under with his right arm but fails to do so and secure his left. Tamawashi gets his right hand under Wakatakakage's neck and will begin to push up on his head. From this point on, Wakatakakage is planning what's next. He knows Tamawashi has the advantage on his left side, but that he has control with the under on the right. He will step back with his lead leg, putting his right foot forward. In boxing terms, he switches from an open stance to a closed stance matchup. As Tamawashi pushes forward, Wakatakakage will change his angle of retreat and begin to circle out to his right. Tamawashi fails to keep the push on Wakatakakage's head, and Wakatakakage covers the hand to prevent it further. Keeping his under, Wakatakakage continues to circle out and grabs across with the shoulder crunch, what's called an underarm swing down in sumo. I'm not saying the Japanese guys, sorry. While circling, Wakatakakage pulls down Tamawashi and secures the victory. Now, the underarm swing down is something we've covered before. Let's briefly rewind and go back to that. When Midorifuji and Shodai clash in the middle, Shodai immediately corrals Midorifuji's right arm. He wrenches it in like Terunofuji does Ura. What Shodai did not do was control the left arm of Midorifuji. He will swim his left arm over and use his right corralled arm as an underhook and throws Shodai to his left side, guiding with his arms. But this isn't possible without Midorifuji's footwork. Let's examine that next. We start again after the initial contact between the two rikishi. With his arm controlled, Midorifuji will shift his footwork to that same side. Notice his grip here in this frame. Midorifuji will use that to push Shodai out. But his footwork is not yet in the clear. Midorifuji will have to shift to his right again to allow for Shodai to fall unimpeded. What you will notice from Midorifuji and Wakatakakage is the importance of circling out. Committing both hands to one side of an opponent opens up the opposite side for exploitation and control. The circling keeps a rikishi away from that weak side control and gets their opponent overcommitted with the sudden change in direction. A major part of sumo is, of course, the push out. With the finite fighting surface, it's imperative to know where oneself is while wrestling at all times. We will start out our next section with Tamawashi pushing on Wakatakakage's head. With all of his force going forward, Wakatakakage will circle out to his right, set up by the change in footwork we touched upon earlier. Instead of cutting the ring off, Tamawashi will follow Wakatakakage. Tamawashi loses the push on the head and Wakatakakage covers the hand. Notice where the positioning is in relation to Wakatakakage. Tamawashi is following Wakatakakage around, turning into him. This allows Wakatakakage his escape and to grab the shoulder crunch. One more thing of note, notice how close Wakatakakage was to stepping out right here. At the very edge, Wakatakakage avoids disaster. Should his heel touch the ground on the other side of the rice straw bales, he loses. But Wakatakakage feels the bales and avoids the accidental step out. This is what makes Wakatakakage one of the most fun rikishi to watch. He can do it all, and he does. He's smart, he's exciting, and when push comes to shove, pun intended, he wins spectacularly, be it with his brains or his brawn. Woo, guys, Wakatakakage, that was a tough one to get through, but I got through it.